Hello and welcome everybody. Happy Portal Day. Happy 111 to 1111. We've been in this beautiful portal energy since the first of the year. And, it's been an intense ride moving out of the shedding of the snake energy. So we've been in the year of the wood snake, as many of you know, this past cycle. We will be exiting that on the new Lunar New Year happening next month and going into the fire horse. So this portal has been kind of twofold. It's like, are you really ready for the new timeline? And what little remnants are hanging on? What part of the skin that's been shedding hasn't fully let go of yet, hasn't fully exited? And we're just going to invite any of that resistance to what's leaving today to just poof and be gone and done. And we are ready to embody trust and wholeness and peace and ease in these new timelines that are here supporting us. So, from a collective standpoint, we're in this like bifurcating timeline, collective bubble where all people on the planet have the choice to either live in a love-based timeline or a fear-based timeline. And it is so apparent in our day-to-day life to witness, see people who are still kind of caught up in the 3D shenanigans and at the effect of kind of the fear signals being sent out, or those who are like, no, I'm not participating in that. I'm ready to live in love. I'm ready to live in wholeness. I'm ready to live in embodiment, and I'm done participating in those 3 and 4D shenanigans, right? And so today, I really want to, I'm excited that we're gathered. Thanks for hopping on the call. We've got 122 of us live. So when two or more are gathered, right? Like when two or more are gathered, that's powerful. And just being able to see that us as light beings, as light workers, as star seeds, as multidimensionals, sending the signal out from where we are sitting right here, right now, saying we reclaim our planet in love. May the energies that are streaming the planet right now supporting us, may all beings everywhere know how supported they are, know how loved they are, know how the universe is co-creating and conspiring in our favor to be able to step onto a higher timeline and really fulfill our inner and outer purposes, our divine destinies that we, signed up for when we said, okay, sign me up for Starship Earth again. I know it might not be the easiest ride, but I'm in it, right? I'm all in on helping, doing my part to help humanity ascend out of these false matrices and struggle and survivalism and into a love-based, peace-filled realm again as New Earth. So yes, we reclaim our planet in love. A lot of energy on the call, so I'm just kind of going to ask the teams and guides to come in with just a nice softening energy. Bringing in that 0 point field of stillness, of coming fully and completely in the body, calling all of you back to you now throughout all time, space, throughout all dimensions, planes, realities, parallels, calling all of you back to you now. In any places and spaces that you've been working through in this last year of soul fragments returning, of soul empowerment returning, of soul aspects returning. Just allowing all of these parts to come home to you now, only your energy. All energy that doesn't belong to you must leave now. It's like as these soul parts are returning, It's literally pushing out that which isn't yours, whether that's collective density, environmental, family, friends, coworkers, colleagues, just all energy that's not yours, feeling that getting vacuumed out, creating space for your soul wisdom, your soul power, your soul gifts to return to your crown. And calling in the most benevolent, 100% pure love and pure light guides, wisdom keepers, record keepers, and helpers to be with us now. The archangels of the north, the south, the east, the west, above and below to be with us now. The portal angels of 1, 111, 1111, and returning to the one within the one within the one within the one within your heart. Allowing that cosmic flame of you, this eternal aspect, to just light up as a little tiny flame in your heart, growing larger, reminding yourself that everything you need is right here within the one, within the one, within the one, within the one of you. And it is safe to embody your full light. It isn't safe to embody all of your magnificence, all of your magnetism, all of your light, and allow what's no longer serving to just fall away without having to force, without having to effort. Just, I'm ready. I'm ready for a new timeline. I'm ready for a new reality. I'm ready to be in that co-creative zone, working with the organizing principle of love, working with divine universal intelligence, working with my guides, my higher self, really feeling how supported your human is. And any raw places that haven't felt supported, that have felt all alone, that have felt the constriction, the contractions that this year of shedding has brought up. Just really hugging those parts that have been feeling the contractions, that have been feeling the density, that have been feeling the shedding, and allowing that eternal spark of you to just envelop and hold any raw points, any places within that have been feeling the friction, that have been feeling the changes, that have been in any kind of discomfort. Allow that inner flame to just wrap you up. And I'm ready to embody my oneness. I'm ready to embody my light. I am ready to receive all of the blessings that life wants to give me. I am ready to receive all of the blessings that life wants to bestow upon me. It's safe to receive a new timeline and unhook from the struggles of the past, the density of the past. So, coming into this here and now moment, feeling a golden light coming in through your crown, agreeing and aligning with your oneness to divine universal intelligence, source, all that is, great spirit, whatever you term you use, and allowing that light to just flood in through your crown, reclaiming the sovereignty of your being, your earth vessel, reclaiming the sovereignty of your central channel from crown all the way to root, all the way down to your feet, all the way into your hands, reclaiming the sovereignty of your earth walk, your day-to-day experience, and what you're co-creating with life in each and every breath you take. Reclaiming the sovereignty of your cosmic breath, your relationship with air, reclaiming the sovereignty of your body and your oneness with earth, and feeling these bright green vines growing out of your feet, dropping down into the water table beneath you and starting to soak up pure vital life force energy from the new earth grids, the new earth ley lines. There we go. Breathe that up into your body and feel that life force coming up into your heart, washing clean the residue that the heart, the density that the heart has been carrying. Just, I give permission for Mother Earth to draw this out and down and recycle it on my behalf. I forgive and release the past and the pressure and the density that my human has been carrying. I am ready, willing, able to forgive and release what is here. Hui, ai, udidai, udididai, udididididai, hunna, whew, and letting earth just absorb that which no longer serves, that which is, hooked into the past, forgiving and releasing the past, knowing that you retain the magic, the memories, the love, the gifts from the lessons, but you no longer have to uh, be weighed back or held back or weighed down by anything that has happened up until this moment of now. Allowing the pure presence of your divine spark in your heart to hit a reset button today and say, I am done with what was, and I am ready for a new beginning, a fresh start, a new timeline where I feel and know and trust my divine path. Agreeing and aligning with your oneness with earth, agreeing and aligning with your oneness with the element of fire and that spark in your heart, and inviting the passion for life to return, the spark for life to return, the heat in your hands, the warmth of your heart, and the fire in your belly. And agreeing and aligning with your oneness with the element of water, being able to move through the dimensions with ease, move through the walk ahead with ease, reclaiming the sovereignty of your waters, allowing pure vital life force energy to come into every single water molecule within you, aligning with divinity, aligning with pure cosmic intelligence, aligning with the organizing principle of love, aligning with New Earth consciousness, New Earth flow, the New Earth grids, and feeling a crystalline plasma diamond waterfall dropping down and just washing your system clean. I allow myself to fully receive and be safe within the frequency of safety. Be safe within the frequency of feeling and knowing and trusting how supported you are, feeling safe within your system, within your body, within your mind, within your heart. Ooh. Thanking all of the teams and guides that are gathered with us here today. Thank you, Lumerian team. Thank you, Syrian team. Thank you, Palladian team. Thank you, Octurian team. We've got some fairy kingdoms here and some crystal kingdoms here. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for holding this opening portal for the year for us and streaming down mm, the love and abundance and purpose coding through our sun, through our central sun. Thank you for your support. Other teams here that I didn't name, but they're all 100% pure love, 100% benevolent energies, gridding this space in this sacred container here today. It was gridded beforehand, but just speaking it out loud, interference free, transference and counter-transference free. Everyone in their spheres, their bubbles of love, shedding what no longer serves, shedding the density, allowing any residue from the previous 9-year cycle to drain down and off into earth for recycling, allowing anything from the last 13-year cycle, which started in 2012, to drain off, drain down, anything that no longer serves from the last 13-year cycle. Forgiving and releasing the density of the past, thanking the gifts of the lessons, and giving yourself permission to just drop what you're done with. No need to think about it. No need to analyze. Just your system knows what you're done carrying. Your system knows what you're done holding. Oh, and whew. Dropping any resistance to letting go what no longer serves, allowing your record keepers, your higher self, and your team to just gather any of that resistance up to saying, I'm done, whether you're subconsciously holding on to it, unconsciously, consciously, whether it's being held in your cells, in your tissues, in your systems, organs, body processes, whether it's stored in the upper chakras, in the earth star chakra or the lower chakras, anywhere where any resistance to moving forward is being held on to knowingly, unknowingly, unbeknownst to you. It doesn't matter. Just giving your full system permission to drop it. I am done with the old timelines. I am done with holding on to anything that is no longer for my ultimate highest and best good, for me to carry, for me to hold. And I am ready for a bright, new, thriving timeline. And so there's resistance here of the safety and thriving. So any aspect where it hasn't been safe to thrive, where it hasn't been safe to step into that new, where it hasn't been safe to be safe within the frequency of safety. Really giving permission for that resistance to just go. It's safe to walk through the threshold of the old and into the new. And activating that one within the 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 one of you in your heart, reclaiming the sovereignty of your sacred heart complex, your soul nexus, your soul architecture. Hooey, there we go. And just letting that beautiful rainbow waterfall wash your system clean, discharging any excess electricity, especially from the nervous system, grounding that out and down. The guides are bringing in these organite pyramids into everybody's spaces with a lot of copper, just grounding out any excess charge, any excess electricity, any like environmental um static I'm hearing that's no longer serving, just feeling these beautiful grounding pyramids coming up. 111 of them all around your system, exactly for where there's static running in your field. I'm done with the excess static. There we go. And now pulling out any place and aspect where it's been hard to receive, whether it's receiving compliments, receiving resources, receiving love, receiving peace, receiving insight, receiving downloads, any and all resistance to receiving. Have it come up in your mind's eye, maybe as an image of what this resistance looks like. Could look like armor, it could look like a padlock, it could look like a brick wall, could look like a dam, whatever image that's been preventing you from fully receiving from your team, from your guides, from your higher self, from universal life force slash source, from Mother Earth and New Earth consciousness. Just allow this image to come forward into your mind's eye. And whether you see it, hear it, imagine it, intend it, doesn't matter. And then the most aligned guide for you to step forward and just hand this kind of quote unquote receiving block over to them. I'm ready to receive. I surrender this over to you along with any beliefs, limiting beliefs, old world patterning, old timelines that are associated with it. I hand it over and I am ready to receive my new thriving timeline. There we go. Ooh. All resistance to receiving, all receiving barriers, blockages, heart walls, heart armor, padlocks, dams, etc., must leave your field now in divinity, transmuting, alchemizing all of it for your ultimate highest and best good. Dropping those old timelines according to your higher self, soul specifications, your sovereignty, your free will. Ah, dropping it. There we go. Excellent. I'm ready to receive mm, a new, higher, thriving timeline now. I'm inviting it in. Settling into safety, allowing this gateway, this portal to act as a pause, stepping out of the old, welcoming the new, allowing your full system, your nervous system, your heart, and all your minds to come into alignment with a new reality. Letting any and all parts of your human know you can't get it wrong. It's safe to let go of fears of failure, fears of success, fears of the future, fears of the unknown, and just coming into that trust of, I can't mess this up. I can't get this wrong. I'm not being tested. Letting that rainbow waterfall wash clean that third eye chamber, that seat of your intuition, that it is safe to hear the guidance, it is safe to act upon it. I don't need to micromanage my manifestations. I allow synchronicity and divine flow to show me the way, softening into a new timeline, letting go of overwhelm, overdoing, over efforting, hypervigilance, over processing, over analyzing. Just coming into this pure, pristine moment of now and inviting the miracle of the moment of now and the organizing principle of love to sync you up to a new flowing timeline rooted in oneness and abundance and peace and play and magic, dropping intensity, inviting in just pure peace and ease, allowing your system to come into homeostasis and regulate itself. We don't need to be quote unquote on all the time in order to be in alignment. Coming into full sovereignty within you, within the one, within the one, within the one, within the one. I consciously choose to fully reclaim my sovereignty as a being of light, as a being of love now. And from this place, sending out that signal to the collective, may all beings everywhere remember their true autonomy, their true freedom, their true magnetism, their true magic, their true light, their true oneness within the one of all, their true natures. May all beings everywhere remember who they are. And may each and every one of us be supported in remembering who we are. It is safe to remember who I am in truth. Light and shadow, form and formless, human and spirit. And just allowing the silence to do the work here, just coming into this 0 point field, knowing that this organizing principle of love is working on your behalf to unhook, disentangle from the nine and the collapsing of shedding the skin that's been happening and allowing the new to just arrive. No force. All right, so now allowing your system to regrid, I'm hearing your central channel aligning with the new timeline. It's right here, and I'm just seeing your higher self just basically helping your central channel Embody this new, we'll call it an 1111 timeline for the year of easeful manifestation, of alignment with the opportunities, the synchronicities, agreeing and aligning with your oneness to this new 1111 timeline in your crown. Yes, in your third eye. Yes, in your throat. Speaking your truth, owning the pure empowerment in your throat and in your sacred voice. Yes, allowing for this new timeline to anchor into the heart, into the back heart, into the side hearts. Yes, into the diaphragm. Yes, into the solar plex. Yes, and the back of the solar plexus. Yes, in the belly button, the dantian, the sacral, and the creation center, reclaiming the sovereignty of your sacral here, your passions, that you can easily tune back in to what drives you, to what fuels you, to what lights you up. Agreeing and aligning with this 1111 timeline in your sacral, yes, in your root, in your foundation, in your safety within your support, knowing you are supported, reclaiming your oneness with abundance in your root here. Ooh. And I am one with my new timeline. Whew, little lightheaded. So we're going to ground that in. Safe to be embodied. Calling all of your power into your body like we started, all soul aspects, all soul empowerment, all soul magic, all soul gifts coming into the body. Hooey. Coming back into the body. We draw all this amazing multidimensional etherical energy. We draw it into the physical to make real in our waking life. We draw all of this magic, all of this pure, potent energy into the physical. It's safe to bring this into the body. You're not going to float away. Coming back into the body here. There we go. The new 1111 timeline is here to support us. Still feeling lightheaded, so there's a lot of energy right that we're dancing in right now. So I'm not surprised, but just drawing that in, this magic, this potency, this pure essence of co-creating with divinity, pouring it into the physical, into the body. Allowing the third eye to receive this frequency. So I'm seeing a sacred geometry shape. So it's kind of different for everybody. I'm seeing Merkabahs, I'm seeing dodecahedrons, I'm seeing chestahedrons, I'm seeing Metatron's cubes, I'm seeing different sacred geometry shapes. So they're coming into the third eye chamber. And they're acting as a kind of like a magnet of helping to ground these frequencies not only in your third eye chamber, but helping to ground a meeting of your higher mind with your consciousness, grounding this pure, pristine, divine energy into your third eye chamber. And it is safe to embody all of this potent energy, all of the potency of your new timeline into the here and now. There we go. Thank you, Octurians, for a little of that. And thank you, Palladian, for a little bit of that. Oh, and like some Lumerian light coming in, anchoring that in. It is safe to walk this new path, to step into this new threshold, and be one with the ultimate highest and best good timeline for you to be on right now. And asking for the other timelines to kind of fade into the background so we don't have any significant bleed through and mandala effect, kind of confusion going on. Like it is safe to anchor into this frequency and co create and work with the organizing principle of love. Okay. And that sacred geometry, Lumerian quartz, third eye download is complete. New timelines are here. And ease and grace as the last little bit of the residue of these 9 year cycles, 13-year cycles fade away. That all the support in releasing the last of this snake skin over the next month, that all the support that you need as you're shedding the old and welcoming in the new is here to support you. Hmm. Agreeing and aligning with the oneness in your nervous system to be fully regulated and in homeostasis for safety and change. And it is time for us to shine and thrive and co-create in flow and in step with life instead of feeling like we're swimming upstream. Up rapids. Heading up the rapids. Like, nope. It has been very intense, and the guides know it. And they're giving us all a big round of applause of managing the rapids and the intensity and putting one foot in front of the other. And the energies are kind of winding down and anchoring in. How's everybody doing? And I have a feeling there's a lot of people on the call right now that haven't maybe been in any of my containers in a little while. It's good to be back. And, I'm going to be posting today's transmission publicly. I haven't posted one publicly in a long time. So I've been kind of given the go ahead, time to open your wings and make this work a little bit more visible than it has been. So I hope you enjoyed. And for those of you who have been supporting my work over these last 8 years, I've been doing this 8 years this spring. I can't believe it. For those of you here that have been here on this ride with me, thank you. It's been an absolute, I don't even have words for the blessings that this vocation has gifted me. And it's just lovely to be able to share this work with you and co-create these spaces with the teams and guides and, really anchor in these new frequencies, to this realm and knowing that we are the frequency that we want to see in the world. And we've been doing the work and we are supported in continuing to shine and, share our truth and our frequencies of love in this realm that's going through a lot right now. And there's a lot of distortion and there's a lot of inversion and there's a lot of noise. And when we can gather in spaces like this to quiet that noise and remember the truth of our magnificence and knowing that we are supported in doing this work. It's just, I can't say thank you enough for being here and being in my community. Really, really, really. And I did put something special together to support everyone in the next month of, releasing the last of these old cycles and timelines, assisting the nervous system with regulation, clearing any resistance to stepping onto the new timeline of embodying this new 1111 timeline that came in for everybody. And they're using that as a metaphor, but really knowing that you just accessed and felt this highest and best good timeline for you now. And we're always kind of reaching higher. So once we've kind of anchored and embodied the right timeline now, then we can grab the next one, and then we can grab the next one, and then we can grab the next one. And the one that came in for you today, just know that it's the perfect stepping stone on wherever you are. It's going to be a 5-part series that's going to help flush out the last 9 and 13-year cycle more solidly and allow for the next phase of this year to just organize naturally with co-creating with life, with, feeling these frequencies every week. So we'll be meeting, they're going to be short, like rapid fire transmissions on, I think, the Tuesdays, January 20th, 27th, February 3rd, and 10th. And then we'll do a longer 90-minute session on the Lunar New Year, welcoming in that fiery horse and that one energy and just flushing everything out. So I will put the description in the chat um, for everybody here with a little description and the sign up. And then it'll also be posted in the description of this video if you're watching on YouTube and on the oh, is it too long? Oh, really? Won't let me post it. It's like too long for the chat. What do you mean it's too long? Ah, technical difficulties. Nope, too long. All right. I'll have to do it in two parts. See if that works. Okay. The first part didn't go in, but that part works. So, yes, I'm going to be emailing it. It'll be in the description of this video. And then let me just tune in. They're wanting me to tune in on some bonuses. So one, two, for for the next 3 days, I'm hearing till like Tuesday night. We're gonna do one, two bonuses. And I'm just downloading what these are. 1 second. I'm just seeing the group. Hold on. What's everybody? What would be in best service to everyone here? Seeing nervous system. Okay, so it'll be I'll throw in some MP3s. So one, two MP3s on the nervous system and helping the nervous system support. And then there's something else. Something else around the spine. That's nervous system. A timeline cleanse for the spine. Okay. Yeah. All right. So it'll be a three-pack of MP3s around nervous system regulation and unhooking the old timelines from the spine. So I have those already in my library. So, oh, good. And the investment for this series is only $97. So I tried to make it really accessible to everybody. So as many people can hop on as possible. And then you'll get the three-pack of bonus MP3s for everyone who signs up in the next couple days. So amazing. Amazing. And I'm just kind of tuning into the group here. There's something that cracked open in the back heart. My back heart is safe in hopping on the new timeline. Let's do that together. My back heart is safe in embodying this new timeline. So they're showing me like they're pulling out. So if you're feeling constriction in your back heart right now, allow, what's pulling out to just be pulled out. I'm seeing like barbed wire, heart walls, armor, some denser energies from other timelines of like kind of getting whacked in the back. And I'm just gonna do some spot work here on that. I reclaim the sovereignty of my back heart. I raised my own hand. I reclaim the sovereignty of my back heart. 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 Okay, the group here we're at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 75% there. So let's just, like I'm done with the old timelines here. I'm done with the cycles, the patterns, any place and space where there's been an inability to fly, right? Like think of it as your wing space of the, where your wings can come out of. I'm done with anything that's clipped my wings or kept my wings constricted. Like I'm done. It's safe to open my back heart. I reclaim the sovereignty of my back heart now. Now, 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 now. There we go. Okay, that's running. I'm seeing some comments that they want the link again. So I'll pop that same thing here and then I'll look at the questions. So the bonus MP3s will be in your welcome email. I'll pop those in. They will be Google Drive links. And you're welcome, everyone. Thanks for the beautiful love in the chat. And yes, there will be a replay today. Let's see. Not sure where the link are. I just post the link again. MP3s are accessed where you'll get links in the welcome email for the MP3s and the Zoom links and everything. All the calls, there'll be a replay. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, there'll be nice short activations for 4 weeks every Tuesday. So we'll just jump in, see what wants to shed, allow the last little bit of these snake energies to just really flush out. If we go over, we go over. But when I tuned in, they kind of said short and sweet would be really good for the 4 weeks. And then on the Lunar New Year, it'll be a longer 90-minute integration with Q&A. So we'll have time for Q&A. We'll be able to do an integration process and really welcome in that fire horse, power to help fuel us for the year ahead. And it has the energies this year are very potent. We're still going to be watching this kind of bifurcating timeline out picture in the 3 and 4D, but the more we can remember that we can live in 5D and above, and we're bringing these higher frequencies into the physical, into this realm, and we are very supported in this. The abundance potential for this year is exponential. So, how can we kind of get out of our way of the mind saying, well, it's got to be this way and it's got to be this way, and I don't know the how, and I can't figure this out? Like, really comforting those voices and saying, no, the how is going to be shown. All we have to do is put one foot in front of the other. So, uh, you're welcome. They're at 1 o'clock on Tuesdays, 1 p.m. Pacific. You're welcome. You're welcome. Lots of yawns. Dates every Tuesday. And when you click on the link, the dates are there. January 20th, 27th, February 3rd, February 10th, and then the longer one on the Lunar New Year on the 17th. If you're not on live, that's fine. There'll be a replay. Absolutely. Yeah, the throat was definitely, Monica mentioned the throat chakra. Yeah, I felt the constriction throughout the process in the throat and in the back heart. That's kind of where I felt the residue the most. And we definitely got some nice layers off of those onions in today's call. And then the series that will be able to take off more and more layers each and every time. Um, Yeah, thank you so much for the back of the heart work. Yeah, for you, I'm just scanning for Amita and Mariah here. You're like 95% there. So I'm seeing some like tethers from the throat into the back heart, like as ribbons. And we're just going to ask for that full sovereignty to be reclaimed in your throat and your heart. And it is safe to move forward. It is safe to move forward. So for you guys, you're at like 10, 20, 30, 40, like 55, 60% in the safety of moving forward. So just keep allowing these energies to work with you and just know that it's not about clearing necessarily, it's just about dropping what's no longer serving. It's like walking away, right? Like we don't it's like watching the rear view mirror, watching what's behind us just getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Ah. Manisha said, "Thank you, Tanya. It was very powerful. I was knocked out for most of the session." And if that happens, if you're listening to the transmissions and you just fall asleep right away, you still are receiving at 100%. It's just your system is receiving on a deeper, more subconscious level versus needing to consciously hear it. So the energies are working regardless. And you can't receive anything that's not from for you in these containers. Everything is gridded according to your higher self soul specifications. It's gridded in 100% pure love and pure light, and for your, you know, highest and best good, highest and best good. So just know that. Let's see, I might have missed this, but if we're in the monthly, is this part of it? Or yeah, no, it's just a separate thing, Chelsea. And I'll post a little bit more about that in the monthly group as well, and you guys will get a coupon code. So just know that. Let's see. The back heart worked. Some big yawns. Awesome. Um, Great. Everybody liked that back heart. Their comments. So Michael is asking for a scan. So, in terms of the density release, doing that process today released about a third of it. So, the guides are saying feel free to listen a couple more times to this replay. And every time you listen to it, another layer will come off. So, our heart knows when it's time to shed something, when it's time to fully, purge something, and just trust that is, it's like peeling an onion, right? Trust that if you've got this really big onion, if a third of it condensed today, that's perfect. And the next time you listen, the next third. And, that each time is exactly what is meant to be released will be released each time. Um, so Alyssa, same with me. Still feel a little bit in the back and the throat. Yeah, and a couple of listens will just take off extra layers. So you absolutely shed it as much as was meant to go in that time. Like they're never going to overdo it, right? It's like this work meets you where you are. And just know that exactly what was meant to fall away fell away. And then each and every listen, you'll get more, you'll get more. And then also, if you decide to do the 5-part series, we'll be going into all of these pieces deeper as well. Let's see. Laura says, so impactful, especially the back of the heart. You're welcome. Love this energy so much. Much appreciated. You're welcome, Sandra. Let's see, Chantal. I'm really feeling my back heart. I was not aware of it. Will continue until it's fully cleared. Again, kind of listen again. If it feels like it, didn't, there's more flushing out, definitely feel free to visit it. And then know that we're going to be taking all this deeper in the 5-part series. You're welcome. Thank you for the back heart work. You're welcome. When do we need to register by? The classes start on the 20th, so registration will be open until then. The bonus MP3 pack of the nervous system and spine resets, those will be good for 3 days. So today, tomorrow, I'll keep that bonus open until Wednesday this week. So I'll close it at like right around midnight, the night of Wednesday. Um, let's see. Lindley, wow, I got too hot. uh, let's see. Elaine, I'm also having a lot of throat issues. Can I assume it will all clear? Mm. So, Elaine, there's this energy of I have to hold it all together. When I do a quick scan on you, it's like I have to hold it all together. I have to hold it all together. If I don't hold it all together, I'm going to fall apart. That kind of energy. And so maybe just being present with this aspect that really feels like she has to hold it all together. There you are. And now put your hand on her back and let this part of you know you don't have to hold it all together. Yeah, and I can feel the emotion behind that. So it's like that's the part that's bracing. That's the part that it's not safe. That's the part of, if I crack into this emotion, I'm never going to stop crying. I'm going to be crying for 2 years straight. Like the wave will pass just by your presence of the clenching of the I have to hold it together part. Let me know if that makes sense. And thanks for joining this new series. I'm happy to have you there. Let's see. And thank you, Laura. Let's see. I've been ready since November. Normally, I can't stand long activation. Today, I felt lifted, inspired, and smelled a lovely fragrance. So, thank you, Tanya, and everyone. Uh, yeah, always. Kim's asking about listening to the 12-12 replay. Yeah, absolutely. So, any of the replays that we've done in the past year or the last couple of months, if you were in the Grand Completion Cycle or series, if you're in the new Sacred Flame series, like anytime that you're called to listen to any of the replays, they're designed to meet you where you are and the energies will land usually in a new way, taking off new layers that have come up since the last time that you listened to it, and also making space for new downloads to come in as well. So I just always trust that when I'm guided to listen to an old one, it's like, hey, my team will, you might want to revisit this one or that one. And then I remember, oh yeah, I'll go listen to that one now. I mean, there's at times where I'm called to listen to something that I recorded years ago, and then I'll hear it and I'll get all this new insight on it. It's really quite awesome. And there is something coming in on the crown because my crown just started tingling massively. So just share that frequency in the group. There's like, yeah, it's like bright light coming in there, like the door behind me. I woo. Um, Getting chills. You're welcome. You're welcome. The yes, the transmissions, the first 4 weeks are designed to, it's kind of like, when you've had any kind of past life work with me where we go in and look at past lives. I don't like spending a lot of time on past lives because it's like it's already happened, it's in the past. So we're like jumping in, grabbing the gold, jumping out. The first four transmissions are kind of that way. I'll tune into the group beforehand, what's the biggest pocket of resistance or the biggest piece of quote unquote snake skin that hasn't shed yet. We'll jump in, we'll grab the gold, clear that, jump out. And then when we do the longer integration session on the Lunar New Year, we'll do an integration practice, and then most of it will be Q&A. I slated 90 minutes for that call, but I have a feeling that we'll go over depending on how many questions come up. So, just know that if we go, extra long on that 90-minute call, we'll have time to answer as many questions as possible. Um, Feeling it still in my throat. Yeah. So I reclaim the sovereignty of my throat. I reclaim the sovereignty of our back heart. The power of our intentions and our statements and commanding our systems through our words in a gentle way, but in a, I reclaim the sovereignty of my cells, all 35 trillion cells, plus or minus. I reclaim the sovereignty. And every single 35 trillion cells, give or take, is listening to that message and saying, oh, yeah, I can come into wholeness. I can come into homeostasis. I'm going to be doing a lot of cellular sovereignty this whole year because as our bodies have shifted, moving from more carbon-based beings into more crystalline beings, as we can invite our water circuits to turn on and our light circuits to turn on and our cellular sovereignty, it's helping that process as we're moving from more carbon-based to more crystalline-based beings. And just the power of these statements, I don't want to, undermine it. It's huge. I've been using them in my own life for years, and it's absolutely incredible when we are learn how to heal ourselves in these ways just by our focused intent. And then the parts that are like resistance, the trauma stuff, or the stuff that's hooked into the past, or the reasons why our cells might not be hearing the message, that's where that snake skin is that we want to shed off and say, no, I really want all my cells to be on board with being in homeostasis, with being in balance, with being in oneness with the new timeline that's supporting me, with being in oneness, with being able to receive and flex those receiving muscles more solidly. So I reclaim the sovereignty of my throat. And for Trish here, your inner 4-year-old, I'm seeing her kind of having a tantrum in there. So maybe just putting your hand on her back heart and just saying, it's safe. Let this emotion out. You graduated that timeline a long time ago. You don't need to hold on to that timeline any longer. My little one here, breathing this into your throat. It's a part of expansion of the north. Maybe showing her, your inner 4-year-old, this image of, the northern lights and the gateways in the sky and the support of the north, just breathing that in for her, letting her know it's safe to expand. There you go. And I reclaim the sovereignty of my throat. There we go. That's holding now. Ah. You're welcome, Gail. Hello, Steve from across the pond. You're welcome. He said, thank you for cleaning and clearing and healing today. I really felt some shifts happening on all levels, layers, and dimensions. I was able to call back and claim my soul fragments from other planets that have been left there for some times. Thank you so much. Many blessings. You're welcome. Yes, it's safe to re-listen, Kazia, no problem. Um, so that's a deeper question. On a public call, I don't want to necessarily dive into that. Just, I trust my body's capacity to heal, and I trust that healing is happening now as we have 111 on the call. Exactly. Yeah, I trust in my body's capacity to heal, and healing is happening now. I trust in my body's capacity to heal, and healing is happening now. Ah, yeah, Elaine. Mm, you're welcome. Thanks for all the love. You're welcome, Laura. Ah. So Linda's, asking about detoxing. Just ask your system to, if you're feeling intensity, ask your guides, please lower the intensity to as low as possible. We've all been detoxing a lot in this last cycle for sure. Just however you're guided to support whatever is falling away, emotional detoxing, energetic detoxing, physical detoxing. Just, I trust my body's capacity to heal, and please lower the intensity to as low as possible. So, it's not overwhelming for my system to let go of what's shedding. You're welcome, Sandra. You're welcome, Shelley. Um, Yeah, you're welcome. So, Pat, again, I trust my body's capacity to heal. Ah, yeah, I trust in my body's capacity to heal. Yeah, I trust my body's capacity to heal. And for Pat, just I allow the old timelines that are falling away to fall away with ease and grace, and to restore my system back into balance, into homeostasis. I allow pure vital life force energy to return to me now. And hold on. Okay. And then the old timelines from the lower side of the body to Pat, just I forgive and release these older timelines, these healing crisis loops that have been out picturing in the lower side of my body. And I invite the lower side of my body to come into pure, pristine homeostasis now. I allow pure, vital life force energy to return. Beautiful, beautiful. Uh, let's see. I felt I made a great leap today. You're welcome. Uh, what did I? Yeah, Melinda, I see you putting the dates in the chat. So thanks if you pop that in there for others on the call. I appreciate it. Ah, you're welcome, Hannah. You're welcome. And thanks for that. Blessings. Yes. Yeah. You're welcome. Sylvia, so do we need to speak the statements out loud or is it okay in the mind? Both. I find that if I can't speak them out loud for some reason, let's say, something comes up and I'm at a restaurant or a coffee shop and, I'm not going to be, like saying stuff out loud, then I'll speak them in my mind. But there's the power to the vocalization, right? Our sacred instrument. Like, what do we, this is something that we have here in this realm. When we have physical, experiences, we have a voice. When we're in spirit, we have telepathy, but we don't necessarily have that instrument that we have here in the physical. So by, harnessing that instrument and vocalizing it, I find that it puts more power into the statements. So I do both, but I do, especially if it's something, if I'm feeling a rub around empowerment or, anything where I know I'm moving through something, it's like, no, I am safe now. It's safe to be safe. It's safe to be in my power. And sometimes if I want even to amp it up even more, I do those statements in the mirror looking in my eyes. So it just kind of depends on what it is and what I'm working through. And then also in one-to-one sessions when I'm, mentoring and guiding, the guides will have specific, instructions in terms of, vocalizing it, doing mirror work, repeating it, in the mind when necessary. And it's just about repatterning and reprogramming that those some of those mental loops that can come in and say, I can't, or, I don't know how, or this or that, and being able to grab that aspect that's feeling that way, give them a hug, give them acknowledgement, give them acceptance, and then shifting out of what's not working. And this year is very much about focusing on what is working. We're going to be very supported. It's a universal law. What we focus on grows. And this year, especially as we can pivot and find, what is working in this here and now moment, that is going to be like amplified in this year of one, in this year of the fire horse that we're going into, that we're going to be building energy on what's working by focusing on what's working. So that's the time to, like affirm those statements. Yes, this is working. And acknowledge the areas that aren't working. It's not about bypassing that. It's about helping that part be integrated and embody the safety of the new timeline. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome for the invitation, John. You're welcome. You're welcome, Glenn. Lisa says, very interesting about the throat issues. I thought I was fighting a flu that lasted 3 weeks. So I'm glad I can let this go. You're welcome. She said, thank you. Jeannie said, I felt the energies powerfully during the activation. You're welcome. Oh, so much love in the chat. You're welcome, everybody. Thank you so much. That was powerful. It took a little bit to come back on Earth. Yeah, the end of that activation, I was floating. Like I could feel the kind of the lightheadedness and being a little bit above my body. And that's where in the activation was like, it's safe to bring this energy to the body. Like we're grounding these high frequencies in our physical vessel, and we're safe to ground this potent energy into the body. Yeah, I trust my body's capacity to heal. Um, how is it different to break it down to the cells? I trust my cells' capacity to heal versus wholeness in the body. I don't quite understand that question, Hannah. And I'm also translating for the guides. So they come in with very specific statements for every group gathered. So sometimes they're focused on the 35 trillion cells. Other times they're looking at as the unit as a whole. And so it's kind of the energy on the call and how I'm translating the frequencies that they're bringing in for everybody. You're welcome, Zdenka. You're welcome. So Melinda's asking, my vestibular system on the left side has been acting up, dizzy, feeling like I can't tell which way is up or sideways. So this could be, I mean, and as you know, I'm not a healthcare provider, so always check with your healthcare professionals on anything specific when it comes to symptoms, etc. I know that we've had a lot of timeline bleed through. Other people will describe it as the Mandela effect, where we're just living several timelines at once. And so this past year, I've had a lot of really wild extra experiences. When I was in New Mexico, I'd be driving and I'd look at a sign and I'd look away and I'd look back at the same sign and it said something completely different. Where I'd have like some extra dizzy spells or just feeling like maybe a foot away from my body in awareness, like, oh, I was like, what's going on? What's going on? And so as I've kind of was like, okay, how many timelines am I in right now? That was one question I would ask. And it would be like, oh, you're in five timelines right now. Oh, no, 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 no. I don't need to be in five timelines. I just want to be in the one primary dominant one, and I let the other ones fall away. And I've talked to others in this community that have been experiencing the same thing, as well as friends and my spirit family and that kind of thing. We've all been experiencing some of these bleed throughs, and that might be, I am picking up on that with some of the dizziness. But again, when it comes to the vestibular stuff, definitely check with your doctor. Oh wow, somebody said truly the best activation I have ever experienced. Thank you, Soul Sister, for holding space on a soul level. You are welcome, Sandra. Um, let's see, Melissa, I really feel the back heart releasing. Yay! Sylvia, you're welcome. Carrie, you're welcome. Yeah, and if anybody else is feeling a little loopy, like I come into my body, it's safe to be in my body. I can bring all this big, awesome energy that I am into the physical. It is safe. Um, I'm not sure what you're asking, Martine, and you're welcome. Lindley says, thank you, Tanya, and the collective energy of the group. So beautiful. She's going to bed. Yep. Uh, oh, Martine is a, yeah. So, let's see. I can do it. So since a lot of people are asking for scans, I've got some private chats in here too, asking for scans. Um, uh, let's see. I'm just looking here. Boom. Yeah. Okay. Steve says I can relate to living in so many different timelines as once. Yeah, it can be kind of trippy. Yeah, linear time has definitely been a little funky lately. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I'm gonna just, so everybody that's feeling it in the throat or that's also feeling very close to the new timeline, but it almost feels like a mirage where, you're walking toward it and the new timeline just seems to be walking away as you're walking toward it, kind of that mirage feeling. I'm picking up on some of that. Just kind of doing a general scan for the group here before we say bye for the day. I'm also being guided to put the link for the 5-part series in again as I'm doing this. Okay, so one of the scans is I'm hearing I'm not supported for that mirage timeline. So there's a part that just doesn't feel supported. For some people it's past life, for some people it's some parallel like bleed through coming in from other parallels that you're experiencing right now. There's some inner child stuff in that. Like, I'm all alone here. What did I sign up for? I felt like an alien in this lifetime. I don't have soul family. I don't have soul tribe. I'm walking in the dark, blindfolded. So, this unsafety and the unknown. So, we're just going to ask for this. I'm not supported here to be bubbled up. That's also living in the throat and the back heart. So, all I'm not supported, that's living in the other timelines, in inner child aspects or previous versions of self aspect in this life, that's living in parallels, that's living in the throat, the heart, or anywhere else that I'm not supported. Oh, that's kind of felt like you're living in the desert, all alone in the desert. Ah, remembering your divine electricity, returning to that ecstatic magic that we all carry, that wildness, it says, this ecstatic magic of our amazing bioelectric magnetic fields, and that we are the magic. Moving out of the desert and into the ecstasy of the magic of who we are as these amazing self-organizing systems of perfection. Ah, this is the Elemental Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. Yeah. And I didn't even know I was going to pull any cards today. They were just right there. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, there's a longer comment from Christina, but I've met several people that I know from past lives, and I can literally like start seeing the other timelines as we're talking, and I can't say anything about it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, the last time we met, we left on this note, and all this stuff was I'm all excited, but I don't want to like freak them out, so I don't say anything. Yeah, it's wild to navigate. I agree. You're welcome, Anisha. And actually, some of the new soul family that I have met here in my new town in Idaho, I was able to talk about it within a couple of weeks. Like, we'd hang out and, I was kind of like, okay, this is what I do. And they're like curious because they're not necessarily, have never, thought about past lives or thought about other timelines. And then I was able to kind of like gently, well, we were sisters or we were this or I'm picking up that, and they're just like fascinated. Really? That's amazing. So it's been a lot of fun. All right, everyone. Well, I thank you so much for being a part of this community call. I hope that everyone who stayed on. I hope everyone found this helpful and meaningful. And I know it's been a minute since I've done any of the complimentary community calls. We'll definitely be doing these throughout the year. I sometimes get the download, pretty, like not last minute, but it's like, okay, we're going to be doing a complimentary call. And I always get excited. I'm like, yes. But I know I've been a little bit more quiet this last couple of years with Mexico and then Sedona and then New Mexico and then moving again. So I've been doing a lot of stuff in the different groups and containers I have running at all times. And you're always up to date on these things in my emails. But I definitely will be doing more of these this year, and I look forward to seeing you all there. Thank you for being in this community, for supporting my work, for cheering me on in these almost 8 years together, whether you've been here for the whole ride or just a couple months. I just absolutely appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for cheering me on over the years and for giving me the gift of receiving my gifts. So I look forward to seeing everyone really soon. And Happy New Year. Happy 11/11/11/11 Gateway. And cheers to an amazing and powerful and joy-filled year of magic and miracles and abundance in all forms ahead. So I look forward to seeing you all soon. And many blessings. Bye for now. Bye, everybody. Bye. Mwah. And so it is.